Towards the end of January, I was looking at the calendar and realized that our anniversary was about to come up. We were launched in 2017 on February 14th. And I thought, there should be a way of actually telling the story of what these last 7 years have meant to us and to share with all of our audience. I didn't know much about it. I was just thinking about it a lot. And then I thought, well, why don't I call this 7x7, 7 years of flow? And why don't I just create a series of posts leading towards our anniversary that would share the stories and the things that we basically have gone through our story. So the first post literally was just this black and white text with all of the people that have ever worked at Flow Design Architects. And I introduced all of the different things that we were going to be doing. Basically, I told the audience, hey, we're going to be talking about 7 different projects in our the last 7 days prior to our anniversary that have impacted all of us and the work that we do. Project number 1, I started coming up with different concepts, and then 7 times at 7, chapter 1. What if an artifact designed to house moving objects looks like a moving object? So that was another idea. I thought, why don't I create different interesting questions that we're kind of asking ourselves as we talk about design? And I already had all of this information because we document all of our projects, so we know who the professionals are, we know information about the project and all of that. So little by little, we started crafting those stories. The next one was chapter 2. What if a place designed to combat induced cavities was made to be a candy land, right? So this is a dental office that we did. And then little by little, all of these projects told story, and it forced me to think about how to tell that story. Instagram basically became this history memory map of the last 7 years and the last 7 projects. And we've done many more projects, but projects that were impactful to all of us. And what did I do? I engaged the entire office in this process. I decided to ask people within the office prior to that to vote on things that we should post within those 7 years. What are those 7 projects that have impacted all of us? So they did a vote, and all of them submitted their projects. And literally, it was just a very interesting, very straightforward marketing campaign. And it ended with the last and most important thing, which is us. So the last post was really all about our grand opening, celebrating the grand opening of the company when we moved to our new space. And if we didn't have all of this media to tell that story, we didn't have all this information to tell the story, we were not going to be able to tell the story. And it didn't take a lot of time and a lot of energy. It was pretty straightforward. What's the content? What's the story? What's the campaign? And it turned out to be really, really amazing. So social media is very powerful. Now we're also celebrating Black History Month, and we created another campaign in really black and white with some colors of the Black History Month represented. And we literally just used that and used some of the African Americans and African descent members of the office to basically start telling that story. Very powerful, very simple, very straightforward. And we do it not only for our clients, but we do it for ourselves. We really like telling our story. I hope this is helpful, and I hope this becomes accessible to all of you in a way that you never thought of. Now we're thinking about turning this into a book, 7 times 7, 7 years of flow. And it just becomes very, very straightforward to make this content into something meaningful, into something creative. But of course, you have to have the architecture, the design, the goal, the ideas, and all of it coming together nicely. I hope this was helpful.